We only hide from ourselves. We all do it because we don't know who that self that we are is going to become. That starts when we're born because we have no clue as to what that's going to be. And then if we keep hiding from ourselves, then we don't become our authentic selves when we don't live the kind of lives that we're meant to have. And I'm so guilty of that. So I'm going to talk about it now so I can stop hiding from myself, which I've been in the process of doing, which is why I'm changing my work next week. But I'm going to give you a little bit more. Last night I was in my group call with my members, and we were talking about something, and one of the members mentioned something that he was working on his podcast, and I said, "Oh, becoming." And so I go back to my email and I pull up something that I had started to write many, many years ago. Probably about 2000, it was 2012 actually. And it was a book because people were reading my Wilhelm messages and they were saying this needs to be out more. And so it was an agent, a literary agent, who was going to put together this book. And I was going to do that, except my life was like in a different direction. And I was doing all kinds of other things. I said, I don't know if I'm going to put this out. And he wanted to take me to a big publisher. And so I wasn't thinking about it because I was doing my singing business there, which was really great, big. I was making a lot of money. So I was not looking at this. And for years, what I have done is when I've received Wilhelm messages for the first 20 years, especially, I didn't tell anyone. I was just using it for myself because that's what I thought I was supposed to do. And then people were saying, no, this needs to be out into the world. And I resisted. That's what we do, we hide. And I received all the messages. And when I tell you that I have downloaded an encyclopedia of self-development, ascension, personal development, self-actualization. I'm telling you, that's exactly what I have, what I've done. And then when I said that it's healed me, and I talk about all the things that I have moved through, all the difficulties, all the illnesses, all that stuff that are completely gone, and I'm 73 years old. And then people will say, well, no, that doesn't make sense. And so because of that, I hold back. And so I found this two things today because it never leaves. Consciousness is always there. Your higher self is going to awaken you at some point in your life, and then you'll start to understand. And Wilhelm has done that for me my entire life, except I will also hold back. But this is what came up, and I'm going to put it together. I'm probably going to create a link so you guys can read it, and I'm going to leave all of it there. And it's called Becoming You. And this is actually what it was. I started creating this book. It's like 21 pages, so I'm going to give it all to you. But the beginning of it is this: Becoming You, a guide to discovering your true authentic self. It's kind of funny now because exactly that's what I'm doing, but it gets better than that. And so as you read all the message, I'll put it all together because this was really it was the proposal that was going to this agent. And it's funny because I just recorded a video yesterday, last night, saying, "Who am I?" Because I wanted to answer that question for everyone so that I can stop at this point. And so it's all in here. And so I will leave this as a little PDF or something. I'll figure it out because I want you to have it. Because I'm doing two things. I'm having a Wilhelm channeling session on Sunday. It's for the new moon because it's a really powerful one. And a lot of information is going to come through. I know if you've ever come to a Wilhelm session, you know that the information that comes through can answer any question that you have. Same thing happens when I do a private session as well, but you will understand this. So when I get up this morning, my, okay, let me just explain this. I'm guided very heavily. And so Wilhelm will say, now go and look at this here, because everything is alignment. I've talked about this. We don't understand the alignment always of the universe and the energies of the planets and how that's moving, but my Wilhelm does, and they give me messages that way. And that's why I know what's happening in the world. There's nothing happening in the world now that I wasn't given. And you will hear that in something I'm going to show you now, because that's what I was awakened to this morning. It was a message on this day, August 2nd, from 2022, and there was a channeling session there as well that I had hidden. No one has seen it. It was just kind of put away. And so because I was hiding, because I think they're not going to believe this. They're not going to understand. And that's been the case for the last several years. And you'll hear it in this session actually, because I keep holding back. I go, wait a minute, if I tell them that they can really have everything they want and if the price is really low, you'll hear that in there. I've been doing that my entire life. And I said people aren't going to understand it. But let me show you the message for today. And it is something that, because I want you to go, it's on my site, anyadvicefortoday.com. You can go there. I'll leave a link here though. Okay, so here it is. You can hear us today. See, because when I got up this morning, I was led back to a message from 2022, and surprisingly, there was a recording there that I hadn't heard. And actually, on the site, it wasn't even linked to where anyone could have heard it because I hide from myself. You can hear us today. We mean literally and figuratively. We have said you are moving through a restructuring of yourself and the world, and we provided a guide that would aid your current evolution. Um, know that we are here to support and guide you through this journey. You each hide from yourselves, especially our messenger. That is also the reason for our live conversation with you on your new moon this Sunday. And it will be a powerful one where more of you will stop denying who you are and who you can become. It has never been more important in your life and world. And you can read the entire thing. And so then you go back and it takes me to 2022, and it says, please stop denying who you are. See, because I've done that forever. I've done it for so many years because I said people aren't going to understand, not even my family. And then you'll hear this particular recording. It says Wilhelm explains your life and the world. And when you listen to the recording, it will sound to you like it was recorded yesterday, except it was a couple of years ago. And actually, even more than that, because on that day, they led me back to another session that was few months before that. And it's all aligned. It even talked about what is happening in our world now and the changes that are going on, especially in the United States, and you will understand all of it. The universe is aligned. I happen to tap into it. That's how I created this work. That's how it's healed my life. And I'm meant to give it to so many others. And that's what I'm doing now. But I want you to have this. And again, everything that is going on in the world is for us to change, meaning owning who we are and to stop denying who we are. That is the message that's been coming through forever. And it's also the channeling session I'm doing on Sunday. It's called Embracing New Beginnings. We're supposed to create something new. We can only do that when we let go of what was old. That is within us and within our world. And that's the process. There's a reason for all the chaos, all the conflict, all the things that you might be seeing or witnessing, but it's all perfect right now. And it's fascinating that last night there was this other thing that happened in our world where these prisoners were released from Russia and several different countries. That's talked about in this particular session. And I will never be able to explain to you how that happens because it took me a while to accept that I had this ability to receive information that way. But when you understand everything is consciousness and we just will operate at different levels, and mine was to help people move to a different level and also our humanity, our humankind to become more, to raise our consciousness. And that's what this work is. And so please check it all out. Come to the channeling session, on Sunday. And also just know that next week there'll be changes in my program, but I invite you to look at it now. When I tell people that this work completely transform your life, you will begin to understand why, even though you might have heard some of the testimonials, but I haven't finished. And so now I have to stop denying who I am as well, as we're all meant to do. Please subscribe to the channel, share it with others, because I'm going to get this information out to so many more. And actually, that's going to happen pretty soon because I have a couple of things that are going to be released where more is going to be explained. But I just want you to know everything that's happening in your life right now, you'll understand when you listen to that video, but also it's for your good. It's for you to evolve. It's for you to become who you can become when you stop denying who you are. That's all. See you soon.